To serve his country, Biden should leave the race. That's the grim assessment from the New York Times editorial board, calling the president's candidacy a reckless gamble following his debate performance against former President Donald Trump.
But Biden is remaining defiant. He and Trump both returned to the campaign trail in dueling rallies yesterday.
We had a big victory against a man that really is looking to destroy our country. He's the worst. He's the most corrupt, the most incompetent president in the history of our country.
I don't walk as easy as I used to. I don't speak as smooth as I used to. I don't debate as well as I used to. But I know what I do know. I know how to tell the truth.
Here with reaction, Fox News contributor and former Congressman Jason Chaffetz. By the way, he wrote a book about puppeteers and who's behind the scenes. Jason, this decision seems to be in Joe's court. There's the book right there, The Puppeteers. Who is making the calls about whether Joe stays in or not?
Well, this is a guy who was elected in 1972, 4 years before Jimmy Carter. This is how long he's been around the block. But this whole idea and this whole notion that maybe they should get a different candidate, that's not the way the system works, folks. You can't just go to your convention and say, well, it's not going to be Joe Biden. We want it to be Gavin or Gretchen or somebody else. That's not the way democracy works. And for the party that says they want to save democracy, that's not the way our system
So real
works.
quick, Jason, you're telling us, and we talked about this before we came on camera, even with Joe Biden's participation, most people say, well, the problem is Joe Biden would never give it up. You're telling us, even if Joe Biden said, okay, you're right, I'm not doing well, I don't think I can win, they can't switch out names on ballots.
No, it depends on the states. Elections are not run by the party. They're not run by the federal government. They're administered by states. Each state has state law. Once you go through the primary, once you go through the caucus, you have to follow that law. Now, I work with the Heritage Foundation and the Oversight Project. We started looking at this about 4 or 5 months ago. And what you find is there are about 16 states that, short of death or a note from a doctor that says you're incapacitated, you're still on the ballot. In California, even if you die 7 days after the primary, which is long past, your name remains on the ballot. And it doesn't go to Kamala or somebody else. Wisconsin, Nevada, all of these states, they're very pivotal, but you can't just say, we picked the wrong person. We got to go with this other person. His name will not, you can't put somebody else's name on the ballot.
So you're saying, okay, Wisconsin, we know, is one of the most critical states in this election. In fact, it might hinge on that state. You're saying that Joe Biden's name is going to be on that ballot no matter what Barack Obama or Schumer or any of these power players say?
That's right. They can't just
take it off.
Think about this.
Even right.
RFK Jr.
They have to change the law. They'd have to change the law.
They have to change the law. But RFK Jr. is struggling to get on the ballots. Part of the reason he didn't qualify for the debate, I believe, is because his name isn't on enough ballots to even potentially win the presidency.
So what do they miss? So let's go back to the New York Times. Okay, This is what they're writing, Jason. As it stands, the president is engaged in a reckless gamble. There are Democratic leaders better equipped to present clear, compelling, and energetic alternatives to a second Trump presidency. And it wouldn't just be the New York Times, as Pete mentioned earlier. We all watched the freak out on Thursday night on CNN, on MSNBC. What are they all missing then? Why do they think this is a viable suggestion?
Because they didn't look at the law. For the party that touts, we're all about democracy and saving democracy and we like the rule of law. Well, maybe you should have gone and looked at the law, because you can't just simply swap these people out. And look, this ship sailed a long time ago. Joe Biden should have stepped down. He should have been taking his victory lap. And shame on the media. They should have been doing their job, asking these questions, having the intellectual curiosity. And this is on Jill Biden. It's around those people that are closest to the president. I wrote a book about this, The Puppeteers. We've known that Joe's had this problem for a long time.
Amen.
And you know what? Jill Biden, she likes being the president. I don't think she wants to step down.
She does not.
It really comes down to, you see all the media freaking out. Amateurs talk strategy, experts talk tactics. And the experts know what you know, which is it's a state-by-state process. Us TV folks, we say, get out, Joe, get out, Joe. And they're like, well, Joe can't get out. We're stuck with Joe. And that's
Yeah, but the puppeteers talk to the New York Times. I'm just surprised that they would allow this kind of damage, this whole conversation about whether he should step down or not, damages Joe Biden if he can't be removed. This is a serious strategy thing.
You pull one or two of these states and he's not on the ballot, guess what, folks? You can't get to 270 electoral votes. Right. So that's going to be the issue. All
right, well, listen, Jason, as Pete pointed out, an expert, is on the big weekend show tonight. So tune in, you'll hear more about what he just laid out for us at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Thanks, Jason.
Great stuff, Jason. Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.